Hey there, I'm in Two Guns, Arizona. The sun just went down. I'm about a mile from the big meteor, 2 miles from the big meteor crater, whatever. Anyway, got my paperwork done and I am getting ready to go to bed. So, before I do that, some been on my mind. Talked with a few other drivers in the last couple of weeks about this subject. Kind of got some of their ideas too, and that is being professional. I mean, hey, there's a lot of super truckers out there, right? Does that make them professional? Because they can go, 75 or 80 miles an hour down the highway, and when the roads are slick and icy, they're just hauling ass and bad mouthing everybody else who's going slow and trying to be careful. Super trucker, right? You know the kind. You see them doing like 25, 35 miles an hour through the truck stop and blowing through the rest areas too. They're just too good for anybody. But all right, I digress. Anyway, what what's it mean to be professional? I mean, we're making a living doing this, driving on the road. So I guess by definition, that would mean we're professional drivers, right? Okay, so before I get into it, I gotta say I'm wearing this shirt. I like this shirt, but I would never wear it to a customer's location. And I don't wear it in the office when I go talk to my dispatcher or anything like that either. Why? Because, well, I just don't think it's professional. I like the shirt, so when I'm out here driving around and I'm in my truck and stuff, I'll wear it. But, anyway, aside from that, I'm not going to like take it in and wear it inside of a customer's location or something like that when I'm picking her up or dropping off a load, going into their office. So, all right, what makes a professional driver? I mean, aside from the fact that you're getting paid to do it, and this is how you make your living. This what makes you professional. There's several things that I got in these ideas from other drivers, and some of them are doing a thorough pre-trip at least once a day. I mean, pre-trip, post-trip, whatever your vehicle inspection is what I'm talking about. So making sure you have a safe vehicle and that your vehicle's not broken and you got mud flaps hanging off and lights that are out and that sort of thing. So that's one of the ideas that some of these guys had given me that they think makes a driver pretty professional. Some other ideas, a few of my ideas are in here too. Driving responsibly and defensively, allowing for plenty of space in your space cushion between you and the next vehicle out there. You don't want to tailgate somebody. When I get somebody tailgating me, I slow down. And I mean, this isn't a safe driving video or anything like that. It's about being professional. So anyway, being professional, leave some safety cushion between you and the next guy, whether it's a four wheeler or another 18 wheeler or oversized load. It doesn't matter. Just it's another vehicle out there. Be safe. All right, drive safe. Courtesy. I mean, obviously, courtesy goes a long ways to make everybody's life a little bit easier, and it's part of being professional. So, whether we're talking about cars and pickups out there, or motorcycles, or other semis, be courteous. I mean, hey, it doesn't pay to be an asshole, and nobody really likes that, except for the person who's doing it, of course. It seems to get them off for some reason. So, on the road, in the parking areas, in the driver's lounge, at the store, whatever, be courteous. There's a lot to be gained from it. Nothing to be gained by being rude other than a nasty reputation. So, sure doesn't make you look professional just if you can talk like some kind of a badass. There's no need to rush around in the truck stops or in the rest areas. That's something else a couple of these guys had mentioned, or one of these guys had mentioned that I had talked to. He, he said that just gets his goat, and mine too. I mean, I can't stand watching guys race in and out of these truck stops and rest areas. You're saving what, 3 seconds maybe by hauling ass. It's not like you're gonna really make your day any greater by driving fast through the truck stop, and you don't look like some kind of cool Joe just because you can mash on the accelerator in a parking lot. So, hey, whatever. Um, Anyway, also in those places, don't dump your trash all over. I mean, I've seen people with these styrofoam boxes that they get the little pizzas or to go boxes or something like that. and they'll throw them out their driver's door when they're done eating, or they'll sit there all night smoking or something, or dump their ashtray. I don't know what the heck they do. Anyway, they've got cigarette butts all outside their driver's door or something. I mean, that's not professional. That's being a pig. So, okay, enough about the trash rant and all that sort of thing. But communication, communication's a big part of being professional. On the CB, communicating with your dispatcher, with your shippers, your receiving customers, whoever at the truck stops. I mean, there's always misunderstandings that happen. Sometimes mistakes happen, and sometimes there's somebody's fault. But being rude to somebody doesn't really fix it. It just makes you look like an asshole. So, hey, there's no sense in being rude. Be professional in your communication. On the CB, there's no sense in swearing. I mean, hey, the FCC actually has laws against it if anybody really cares. I doubt anybody does, especially the guys who are swearing, but whatever. Anyway, nobody really likes to go down the road and listen to that crap, so I turn it off. When somebody starts dropping F-bombs and MF bombs and talking about people's mothers and wives and all this other kind of stuff, other people's mothers and wives, it's just unnecessary, and it sure as heck isn't professional. So, all right, so let's see. As far as the other things go, I've got a little list here. They say stay ahead of the game, call ahead to confirm your appointments, your locations, and etc. So that you're on time and that you're not going to be late or whatever. That's a big part of being professional. I also try to do that myself. As far as calling customers, I say, hey, I've got this. I'm scheduled for delivery at this time. Is that still the time that you guys have? And I also quite often ask them at that time too, hey, can I park out back if I come in tonight? That sort of thing. Anyway, it's a good thing to kind of be able to plan ahead and don't always rely on your dispatcher, because if they're anything like mine, and I hope they're not watching, but actually if they are, that's fine. They can know that I think this, but if your dispatcher is anything like mine, you don't want to take everything they say as gospel. You want to check it out thoroughly yourself, get the details yourself. So, anyways, another thing is being courteous and professional with DOT or law enforcement officials and authorities. If you get pulled over or if you get pulled into a way station and you have to have an inspection, that sort of thing, be agreeable, be professional, be polite. Even if they're wrong, it doesn't do any good to get into an argument with Officer Neckvein. Okay, it's not gonna make your day any better. Um, they have the power to put you out of service. They could find other things and suspend your license, or you never know. So it's not worth it to be rude to them. Be courteous and professional with them. Make sure their paperwork is done neatly, accurately. Make sure it looks good. That sort of thing. That's part of being professional. And finally, your appearance. I mean, I mentioned this shirt and that I wouldn't wear it inside of a customer's location. I have several polo shirts or button-up shirts or clean t-shirts if I run out of polos or whatever. But I mean, you don't have to dress like me, but be clean. Be clean, be neat, be, trimmed up. Hey, if you got a beard, ponytail, whatever, at least make sure it's clean, combed through, that sort of thing. Don't stink when you go into a customer's location. I mean, that's just completely unprofessional, and these are the kinds of things that are giving truck drivers a bad reputation. I mean, people think we're the scum of the earth sometimes, and that's why. So, you know, let's raise the bar a little bit, perfect our image, and be professional about stuff. So, know your own weaknesses. If you're a newer driver and you've got a hard time backing in a truck stop in a particular, like the parallel type, or not parallel, the side by side parking configuration or whatever, admit it to yourself. You don't have to admit it to everybody else, but admit it to yourself and work on it. Don't avoid it. I mean, that's part of being professional too. To overcome your own weaknesses. If your weakness happens to be that you're eating chocolate all day as you're going down the road, well, you can think about that too. So, in a nutshell, backing up here, be neat and clean, be safe and prepared, be courteous, and there you go. Be professional. So, that's about it. I've taken enough time. I'm not going to ramble on all night like I have in the last couple of videos. I'm trying to make these more short and concise. So until next time, I'm Cole from TruckersSurvivalGuide.com. Again, that's TruckersSurvivalGuide.com. Be safe out there.